Yikes. Yo, yo, yo. What it do? This feels like old times. Oh, man. This feel like old times. Damn. Okay. What it do? 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 One Piece. Yo, Dreamy. What's up, Dream? King 6681 join famo. Shout out my nigga Dream. Carrera with the 26 months. Yeah, we ain't, well, I don't know. We ain't did this late in a minute. But this used to be the regular. This used to be the regular, y'all. This used to be the regular time. We should stay up. When the chapter drop, you go live right away. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Man, those are some good times. Yo, Austin, the 32, man, say assemble. Yo, I appreciate it, Austin. And Trotter with a 33 said, Brago, we here. Listen, I heard, the thing is, I heard about the chapter because people say, yo, just mute up. But I didn't really hear about it like that. So I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. Yeah, bro. The good old days of, what was Whole Cake Island? 2020, 2017, 2018. Heard about the streets getting hot? Oh, I heard. Bro, I heard about the streets getting hot 2-3 years ago. Y'all remember back in the day? Back in the day, I used to, you know what I'm saying? Chapter used to be on the screen. You know, we used to have a little, you know what I'm saying? Then I heard the streets was getting hot. Then it was like, all right, it's time to, yeah. We gotta stop doing that. So I heard it's getting hotter. So we just gotta be careful. But yeah, I want to say the peak, the genuine peak of One Piece for me in the community was probably like 2017, 2018. As much as we give Whole Cake Island crap, that was the best for discussions, engagement, videos, just toxicity. It was genuinely the best it's ever been. You feel me? So I don't know if we get back there. I don't think we ever get back. Well, I'm not gonna say that because final arc, I don't know what that's gonna look like. But because I think people are gonna come back to see how One Piece ends. So if we get to really the final arc, Roof Piece was like that. But the thing is, Roof Piece was like, I want to say it was like a span of chapters. You feel me? With Whole Cake Island, it felt like it was every week. Right? Roof Piece was definitely like that, but it was a span of chapters. With Whole Cake Island, and the thing is, it wasn't just about hype, right? With how crazy it was also based on slander. It was peak slander for a lot of characters. So, I think for the final arc, once it's announced this is the final arc of One Piece, a lot of people are gonna come back. Because a lot of guys, I still talk to a lot of the guys that used to, we used to talk about with One Piece. They're like, I'm kinda just waiting for the end of One Piece. $7.95 Kaido's intro. I'm feeling great, dog. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I was getting some stuff done. I wanted to stream earlier, but I was in the middle of some stuff. I'm definitely streaming tonight. So we're not gonna waste no time, y'all. We're gonna get to One Piece chapter 1188. Real quick. How many y'all seen One Piece Heroines? How did y'all feel about Heroines? What up, Chuck? What up, Hawks? Scatter? How y'all feel about One Piece Heroines? How was that for y'all? That was the episode in place this past weekend, instead of the actual One Piece episode. I don't know. I haven't seen. Nah, facts, Lunas. Hawks, I skipped it. Scatter said I loved it. No, I really liked it. I just wasn't as good as Fan Letter, which is a high bar. It's just, I think, all right, here's something I didn't love. Now I went back, I rewatched the episode. I'm like, them making Nami super dependent on these shoes, and I understand what Nami was trying to do. I kind of felt like this isn't Nami, bro. This isn't like they tried to turn Nami into Luffy in a way, where Nami is telling this random woman like, yo, I can't do this without you, right? It's some shit Luffy would say. I'm like, with Nami's the ultimate, no matter what, I'm gonna figure it out. They made it seem like Nami's like, yo, unless I get these shoes, I can't become the pirate queen. I was like, all right, I understand what y'all are trying to do, but that's not my Nami. My Nami's not gonna be like, yo, I can't fight without these shoes. But I understand she's trying to build this woman's confidence. I don't know. It was good though. It was good. Seeing them in a different light, Robin and Nami hitting the lick. Even the Sanji cameo. Not sure how many people caught that. Sanji cameo in the episode. You really don't see him, but you see him. That was cool. D said, let's get to it. Yo, my wallet with the hundo. Yo, appreciate you, my wallet. How you been, my guy? I appreciate that, man. Good looking. The year of Sanji continues. All right. The year of Sanji, that's funny. Because back then, we used to see it every single time. Year of Sanji, year of Sanji, year of Sanji. Yeah, it's on Patreon, John. I feel like Nami would do that to instill someone's will like Luffy did her type. I feel like it just took away from Nami's character a little bit. Try to make her a conqueror. Now, yeah, I understand Nami wanted to liberate her, but it felt a bit forced for me. It felt a bit forced, in my opinion. Yeah, it felt a bit forced where it's just like, where Nami would try to liberate her, but it's like Nami tried to dumb herself down to build her up, which is like, I don't know. Then it was like a bit convoluted. Overall, I'd give it like the visuals are amazing though, so I give it like an 8. Like an 8. Guts! Ian from Obsession is an L-Mans, I swear. 1000% L-Mans. 1000%. Mango Buster with the 5. You never able to make the stream, but want to say appreciate the vid streamers. Damn, this chapter crazy. Yo, appreciate you, Mango. We about to get to the chapter right now. I haven't finished it yet, Scatter. Not yet. I got 3 episodes left. 3 episodes left. I think I just finished episode 9. I believe. I think I got 3 or 4 episodes left. Something like that. Nami's a tough love type of character. If they aren't children. Yeah. Nami's like, I'm gonna do what I do, and like you can try to figure it out on your own. Like she's gonna help you, but you know, it's not bad though. That's just like a personal thing. Either way, One Piece chapter 1188. Let's get to it. Here we go. Speaking of, oh my God. We always compare the two when it's a Nami and when it's a Straw Hats cover art, we compare Nami and Robin. Okay. I agree, Guts. I agree 1000% about Ian. That's what I'm saying. Like the real villains of that movie isn't getting talked about. Bear is a piece of shit, but there's a bunch of pieces of shit in this movie. In this cover art, it's Nami times 10. It's Nami times 10. It's not close. Oh my god. Yeah, the Ferrobin train has left the station a while ago. Shout out again to my wallet, man. I appreciate you, my wallet. But shout out to everybody being here right now. It is 2 a.m. For me, I know like I think Chuck is on the West Coast. It's a little earlier, but it's 2 a.m. It's about to be 2:30. You know what I'm saying? Would I still have hit Nikki if I knew Ian was hitting it? I don't believe in going behind your mans and like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in that. I don't really believe in that. But I think I'm gonna be honest, yo. I wouldn't chase it. All right, I wouldn't chase it because I don't believe in that. However, if I find out that Ian's been hitting it for 2 years and I've been putting in this work for 2 years to get at her, I might have to, dog. I might have to and keep it moving. I might have to, dog. It's been 2 years and y'all was playing me. Game is game, dog. We gotta. That's a mission. I'm joking. I'm joking. I wouldn't. Yo, Straw Hat Limited. Join us, Sandler. Kaleb. Nah, what I'm saying is like, it would be for the wrong reasons if I did. That's all I'm saying. It would be for the wrong reasons. Did Ian hit when he took Nikki home? I don't see how the spell would make it work. How would a spell make it work where she's sleeping with Ian even after she's supposed to be obsessed with Bear? UV City Assemble. You know what, dropping every time you're UV. I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate my guy. It might have been Ian was playing them. Nah. I don't think Ian was playing them. All of them was playing Bear, bro. Everybody knew. Nikki knew. Obviously Ian knew. Obviously Sarah knew. All of them were playing Bear. Come on, man. We know it. Nikki knows that Ian Bear liked her. All right, here we go. Hello, answer me. Recalling a certain day. Wailing Void is the name of the chapter, y'all. Buzz, hello. Huh, what the? This feels like what you call it? The intro to Pokemon. We feel like Nikki didn't know Bear liked. All right, I'm sorry. We're gonna focus on the reaction, then we're gonna go back to it. We're gonna focus on the reaction. I would say this, then we're gonna focus on the reaction. There's no way Nikki did not know that Bear liked her, because even how she asked the question, like, Bear, be honest, do you like me? That was almost like, I already know, I just need you to confirm it, in my opinion. But yeah. Here we go. Let's lock in. All right. We'll talk about it after. We'll have an in-depth. We need discussion for this chapter. I can fuck. Chuck, if niggas pull up, I'll have a discussion. Here we go. Who are you? This is Moo. Emu. Who is this? Oh, me? I'm Joy Boy. What the fuck? Hello? Hello? Answer me. Hello? What the? Who are you? This is Moo. Emu. Who is this? Oh, me? I'm Joy Boy. He. What? They're making it seem like. Wait, do they had like regular phones? Like he called him on his cell phone, like, yo, I'm Joy Boy. He was remembering like his first interaction, bro. Joy Boy can't look just like Luffy, because oh my god. Wow, why? Wait. How do y'all feel about that though? What is buzz? It makes it seem like it's vibrating. Like they're on FaceTime. That's what it's that. What? It's Uvu. Y'all niggas don't know about Uvu, man. My fault. Y'all don't know about Uvu like that. But the Ancient Kingdom was more advanced though, so it I'm not gonna lie. The Scape ringing sound, I hate it now, because I used to be in some groups. It used to be groups of people that used to Skype, and they would like just call random times of the night. So, back then, we had like, I don't have it now, but like we used to have like big speakers for your computer. So the people called doom 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 doom. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas go to bed. But nah. That's crazy. Like he called him and introduced himself. That's different. Yes, Joy Boy is already dead. So he just remembered that moment after seeing Luffy for the first time. So why does Dao insist on stirring these memories? Hit him with the boost mobile chirp. I'm sick. Oh man, I remember the Nextel boost. This was like 06. 06 is when it was popping. Cause remember 06 is definitely when it was popping. Cause 06 fall, going back to school. That was the Razor. That was Motorola. The Razor Sliver was Nextel. That was that time. Phones are getting taken away left and right because of the whole chirp. Anyway, Emu's mad at Luffy. He's like, yo, why are you stirring up these emotions, dog? Why are you playing with me like that? He said, why do you insist on playing with me like that if you not Joy Boy? Joy Boy's dead. Zikor said, I was 3. Oh my gosh. Blackberries. He said it was only 3. Oh my god. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Oh. The sidekick was, I want to say the sidekick hit its peak around 08. That's when they really like, yeah. Anyway, Jesus, he was 3 in 06. Oh my god. Oh my god. Flipping the phone and hang up. All right. He said he was 4. Oh, yikes. This nigga Neo say 2006, I was born. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. That's crazy to conceptualize. No, Cam, real shit. The chat is closer to my son's age than my age. Actually, no, that's not true. Actually, if you're born in 06, no. Well, actually, whoo, Rock up late, chopping it up with children. No, but here's the thing: if he's born in 06, he's 25 now. No, I'm tripping. 19. 06, I was in high school. Yeah, 06, high school. All right. I'm getting distracted by these fucking kids. Anyway, here we go. Heck if I know. Whoa. Okay, wait. Wait. Okay, so Omen, and then he has fire along his arm. Okay. What is happening? So the fire on his arm, Luffy says, heck if I know. Even looks like he's going for a kick. He goes for the punch. Luffy dodges it. He said he dodged, aimed down. Okay, so the fire is sentient again. And it's like down. Okay. That's crazy. It's sentient. Ooh, it landed. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I did not think we were gonna get something like this until we went to Mary Joa. I didn't think we'd get this until we got to Mary Joa. What the hell? Okay, but does it hurt though? Luffy got sent flying into the ground. Okay, he pops back up. Okay, he goes for a punch. Emu dodges it, goes behind him. He attacks Luffy. Luffy dodges it. And Luffy, is that a gap? What is it? Bro. Emu blocks all Luffy's attacks. Luffy said, I thought that was a sure hit. Omen. Pow. Yikes. There's been no comment yet about Luffy and how he's using the powers. There's been no comment yet about Luffy, how he's using the powers, how it compares to the Joy Boy that he knows. Emu's just doing the damn thing right now. Omen, pow. Luffy's running away. Those bombs, they're after me. They're bombs, right? Gomogum. Jet Gatling. Okay, he hit them and they blew up. Gum. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Wait, what is going on, bro? Why is Luffy a genie? You know what I love? is that his body structure just reminds me of Aladdin and the genie from Aladdin. What? Bro, you could have given me 1,000 guesses of what Luffy could turn into. I would never have guessed. I would never have guessed Luffy turning into a damn genie. And there's no booming dawn or dawn, nothing, just using regular gum. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Don't think I missed what happened in your fight with Loki. I'm not going to let his death go to waste. His death? Oh, what? Okay, that's funny. I'm still alive, jackass. Ooh, you're still kicking, Loki. All right, we gotta. We gotta reevaluate. We gotta reevaluate. We gotta reevaluate. We gotta reevaluate. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense that Luffy can turn into a genie. I think what I'm saying is how high is his ceiling at this point? Like, truly, really and truly, because okay, right now with expectations, I don't think anybody should be able to beat Luffy. It is just too much versatility. The bag is too deep. He tanks hits like it's nothing. All right. Damn it all. Get out of the way, Ragnar. Arabesque. Tal punch. Oh, shit. We see a Jimbe attack. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. Jimbe can still do things. I've been waiting. I'm out of this style punch. Jimbe, Luffy, just say the word and I'll protect him for you. You know what? Somebody did mention this. That Jimbe has somewhat become the protector of others as opposed to like an offensive weapon where like he's going to be used to help protect the other guys as opposed to being a part of the main fighting force with Zoro, Luffy, Sanji. You know what I mean? So Jimbe, that's why he's fighting fires and water and ice and shit, because he's a protector. He's like Hodor, you know? He's holding the door. So, and listen, I like Jimbe just as much as any of you. So seeing him in an important position again, that's good. Jimbe moving like a head Discord admin. He's like, say the word. This okay. Jimbe's the moderator. He's a moderator. Yo, you know, yo. You know what? I swear, bro. I'm not gonna say it pisses me off, but like a lot of Jimbe's feats, a lot of things that niggas love Jimbe for is always like, it'd be like one thing. It'd be like, oh my God, he punched Big Mom off the ship. Oh my God, he took a kindness attack. Oh my God, he just blocked Emu. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, put this nigga. All right, let me stop. Because it's going to make it seem like I have something personal against Jimbe, right? And I'm really pescatarian. It's nothing personal. Shout out to Jimbe, though. Shout out to Jimbe. One of my favorite Straw Hats. Thanks. He's my buddy. I'll leave him to you, Jimbe. All right. I got a problem. I'm hearing niggas saying Ragnar is stronger than Aokiji. Why the hell he need Jimbe to protect him? Why the hell do Ragnar need Jimbe to protect him if he's stronger than Aokiji? What's going on here? Is Jimbe stronger than Aokiji? All right. I'm not being serious. I'm just addressing what I've been seeing a little bit. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm just saying what people been saying. People been saying that. Kuzan. People got Ragnar over Kuzan. There we go. Who are you calling buddy, frickin' runt? All right, now that I can focus, I'll handle this guy. Luffy, he's fighting that guy from earlier. Is he going to be okay? Who the hell is he up against? He's clearly higher ranked than the Knights, but I thought only the 5 elders were above them. He could just be the head of the God Knights. That's got to be it. World government is always shrouded in mystery. It's like now, because what we know about Brook's past, every time he says something, it's more profound. Like, I'm in between two things. I'm like, this is some profound shit. Or like, Brook don't know what the fuck you talking about because he don't remember anything. But you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt and you have to listen because he's been through it. Code 1 said, well, I'm not surprised everyone's flipping the script over Jimbe. He's been that dude from the jump. Oda just uses him sparingly. I think we have to understand. Appreciate the 5 code. Nobody really hates Jimbe. People are mad at Jimbe because they know how strong Jimbe is and they know his potential. Literally, there's nobody here that's saying, oh my God, I'm surprised Jimbe could do this. It's just like, bro, we need more of that. Like I said, it's certain characters. When I talk about my issues with these characters, it's not really about the character. It's about how the characters are being used. Right? Like for Sanji. Sanji's a good example of, it's not really about the character. I think a lot of people love the character. I think a lot of people just hate how Oda uses the character at times. You know? I don't want to say a lot of people, because some people hate Sanji just because they're on another side. But but that's kind of the thing. We know he can do more. Here we go. Hey, Brook, we've got to get back. Princess Shuri. What should we do? How do we deal with a frozen person? Well, there was that time Robin and Luffy were frozen. Nice callback. Wait, this happened to them too? Gunko, thou hast yet to break the ice. A man with an afro who refers to Gunko as Princess Shuri. It cannot be. Yo, he was pissing me off. Sucker punching bullet! I like it. Didst thou not just boast about seeing what became of Loki and his gargantuan body? What? What? Gunko, thou hast yet to break the ice. A man with an afro who refers to Gunko as Princess Shuri. It cannot be. Then Luffy goes, sucker punching bullet. Why does this look like literally Douglas Bullet? Didn't thou not just boast about seeing what became of Loki and his gargantuan body? Wait. Yo, Emu saying, nigga, did you not just see what happened to Loki's big ass? You won't, yeah, like, did you not see? Stop playing with me out here. Oh, stigma again. Oh, went through the beard. So Luffy spun out of it. And more omens. And Luffy's running on air again. Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Oh, Emu's a monster. Because Luffy really hasn't landed a blow yet. Even when he tried sucker punching, Emu's dodging it. Loki upscale? Emu looks monstrous, I'm not gonna lie. Sword of the Wailing Void. He pulled out another sword. Void, emptiness sword. Whoa, is a tree withering away? Oh my god. This nigga got a tree from hell. Don't you know Zoro already has that? Where's Zoro at? We need Enma! Oh, we need like Momonosuke riding in with Amina Habikiri saying, Zoro senpai, you need this. Oh, that's insane. That is insane. Sword of the Wailing Void. I'm not gonna lie, Emu. You got niggas dropping their draws. Like, look at the trees, bro. The forest is wilting. The view is improving. Oh, this nigga is sick. It looks fine from here. It is clear. Thou art not Joy Boy. Oh! Ah! Why? I saw the break after, y'all. I saw the break after. I was like, oh shit, and we got no break. It's gonna be crazy. Always dragging Zoro. Keep that same energy for Luffy. There's a lot of slander on Emu's name a couple of weeks ago. A lot of slander. a lot of slander. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I know this is gonna get the what we gonna call them? The purebreds, right? The One Piece purebreds. Dream. I'm not smiling because Luffy got packed. I'm just smiling for story consistency. The purebreds, they hate power scaling. They absolutely despise it. We are the stain on the community. However, Joy Boy is power scaling. Joy Boy says not Joy Boy. Emu is power scaling. Emu says Joy Boy would never be this weak. Okay? That's what Emu said. Joy Boy would never be this weak. And Luffy, here's the okay. Hey, it's a long time coming for this rubber nigga, man. You can't just run around playing pirate games on real niggas. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. I'm sick of this nigga, man. Just running around, moving his head, thinking because he rubber, swords ain't gonna work. And I like that Oda kind of reaffirmed, yo, if you want to tackle this rubber nigga, get something sharp. Get something sharp. I know it was like, oh, Luffy is not susceptible to swords any more than... Shut the fuck up. Oda made Emu pull out a sword specifically to impale this nigga, man. About damn time. Lock in. You saw what happened to Loki, big ass, and you still playing games. Lock in. Goofy ass, nah. Here's what I say. Look at Drew. That is not a normal sword. Here's what I say. Luffy and Kaido combined can't beat Loki. I do think obviously Luffy's not done, right? But here's the all right. Now that I'm thinking about it, here's the good and the bad about this chapter. There's no bad about this chapter, but here's the good and the bad about this situation. The great is that there are consequences for Luffy's actions. 1. 2, Emu looks great because he got busy and got to business against Luffy. 3, it's just great action, and Oda can get in his bag when he wants to. So this is amazing. But here's the problem. There's a couple problems. 1, break week. Right? Break week. So we have to wait an entire week, really 2 weeks, for a chapter. 2nd, maybe might be cope for me, but I'm hoping Luffy's not done. No. Let me rephrase that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm hoping Luffy is done for the story sake. But here's the scary part. If Luffy's not done here, right? Because he's obviously not dead. If Luffy's not done here, in my opinion, that completely just, I think when it comes to just your suspension of disbelief, where If Emu stabbing Luffy with a sword that withers away an entire forest just by it being drawn, if that does nothing to Luffy, there is absolutely no danger. There is no tension. Nothing can ever hurt Luffy. It ruins everything. IMO. I think for the story's sake, Luffy should be done. For the story's sake, Luffy should be done. Even if Emu's time limit runs out right here, I'm okay with it. Because it sets up Luffy still got a long way to go. Luffy still got a long way to go. Which, again, for story's sake, I'm with it. We seen Whitebeard walk around with no head. Well, not necessarily. He got stabbed once. No, but like we can't downplay it to being stabbed once. That's like me saying this is a regular sword that he stabbed with. We saw the hype with the sword. Emu's probably the strongest person alive, and he got Luffy dead to rights. You recover from this? Luffy should be done. The only way this makes sense is if Shanks shows up. That's the only thing that can save us. Akagami. No, I think no, bro. No. I understand like we feel like Luffy's been, no, bro. It's never been like this. It's never been like this, though. Eric, downplayed? You think Luffy's being downplayed? What? We think Luffy's being downplayed because he got stabbed by the strongest person in the verse? Supposedly? And we think he should be done. Yo, here's the crazy part. I'm not even saying Luffy should be dead. Right? I'm not even saying that. I'm saying Luffy should just be done. That's what I'm saying. But Emu's talking heavy too. Emu's talking heavy. He said Joy Boy would never be this weak. I do like that statement though. I do like that statement. And Oda made it so graphic. I can't tell if that's flame or black flame or blood. You know what? You know what, y'all? I'm tripping. Luffy's not done. Luffy's not done. This is One Piece. Luffy's not done. I think it just goes against everything that Oda's been building with the character. So Luffy's not done. Because ending it with him saying Joy Boy would never be this weak, it's kind of spitting in Luffy's face because Luffy's already saying, I'm not Joy Boy. So now to stab me and still call me Joy Boy after the fact, he's not done. Yeah, he's not done. Yeah, I'm tripping. This is One Piece. Yeah, he's not done. He's not done. Luffy can't. He can't fail here. He's not done. Anywhere we see hybrid Loki. Oh, Loki steps in for a while. What is Cliff saying? You're so negative and have no faith in One Piece? Is that Cliff? Or Cliff got hacked? We might have to get Cliff up out of here. Because niggas been getting hacked lately, so you might have to. Huh? So surely Zoro and Sanji losing too by this logic, right? I mean, I didn't see Zoro and Sanji get impaled. Luffy plus Loki 2v1 stall for wings with Shanks and Shams. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Cliff might be cooked, man. I don't mind a 2v1 with Loki and Luffy. I'm be honest. I thought we'd have a better showing from Luffy. I thought we'd have a better showing. But Luffy's not done. He's not done. Can't see Luffy been done but still trying. I think okay, here's what I thought about. Here's what I thought about when I see Luffy impaled like this. It feels very final, right? It feels like, oh my god, this is the end of the fight. But it's bro, we're in a freaking supernatural, unbelievable, just crazy show where you know what I just thought about? I thought about Whole Cake Island. I thought Luffy lost his spleen. I thought Luffy lost half his body when we initially saw the stab from Katakuri. I thought Luffy would never be the same again. Luffy would always have a chunk of himself missing when Otis showed that stab by Katakuri. Then we saw it again in the next chapter. Then I'm like, this don't look as bad as it looked in the last one. That's the same wound? Yeah. He said this ain't Katakuri. That's what I'm saying. I think Katakuri beat him easier. Listen, I think Luffy's done and Imu's time is up. Imu's leaving the main fights with Sanji and Zoro. I hear you, Cliff, but I'm saying, like, what was the negative? I was being negative? Wait, you talking about how I feel about Luffy, or I'm trying to figure out like what's the negative? Luffy guys asked what before his Gear 5 ran out. Do y'all realize how wild this is? Luffy might not be done regardless. If he's done, he's not close to Imu. I said this before. I think I said it last week. Luffy and his battle IQ a lot of people kind of look at that as like a strength of his. I think Luffy's battle IQ is more so based off his resilience. That's Luffy's superpower. It's not battle IQ. Is that Luffy sticks around for just long enough to figure them out. So if I can't say Luffy's best quality is his resilience, then say he's done here. I want to say I've seen him in worse positions, but this is like they say it's because you asked for tension and immediately started criticizing said tension. Wait, how did I do that, Jiboli? But say Luffy quick thinking. Like again, I think Luffy's quick thinking comes from just like experience within that battle. You know what I mean? It might be something like the crocodile situation. He's been in worse positions, but all those. Okay, what worse positions has Luffy been in? The only other worst position I can think of is versus Katakuri. Crocodile, but that was a complete L. Rob Lucci? Rob Lucci? When he threw him into the chimney? Ooh, Magellan. Magellan was pretty bad. Okay, let me be honest. What does this panel feel like? When I first see it, I'm like, okay, this is insane. But then I start thinking back to like who this person is. And I'm just like, Oda, here's one thing Oda can't do. Like the more you think about it, the more it just makes sense. Here's one thing Oda can't do. He can't reaffirm Imu's words. If Luffy's done here, that means Imu's correct. I don't think Luffy can go out like this, personally. I think Imu underestimating Luffy when Luffy's superpower is his resilience and adaptation. That's his superpower in a fight. How well he adapts, how much he sticks around, I don't think he can be done here. Now, I would love it if he's done because it makes the story more interesting, especially when we get to the final arc. But I don't think that's how Oda wants to play it. This feels like Ace getting donated. Bro, with Gear 5, anything is possible. Why can't he reaffirm it and then Luffy changes Imu's mind later on in the arc? Later on in the final war? I don't know. This just feels like Luffy's bag. It feels like just how Luffy goes about things. I get whooped early and then eventually I figure it out. This is the first time we're not seeing a silly Gear 5. I mean, it was silly. It was a lot of bullshitting by Luffy. He was running around still the same old. Then Imu, I mean, Luffy turned into a Majin. He just turned into a genie. Luffy turned into Gumu Gumu no Majin. Why? 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 Why did he turn into a genie? He's fucking around. He was fucking around. Okay. I love the Majin thing, right? I love it. But I thought it was going to lead to something and some reason why he chose the Majin. It was just Luffy like, can I? Should I? Fuck it. Yo, I love Luffy, bro. Luffy had no reason to turn into a Majin. He said, fuck it. Let's do it. He just did it. There was no reason. Why? Maybe it makes more sense when the fight actually ends, because I think Luffy's not done. That's where I am now. But the more you think about what's at stake as well, the more funny it is, because like Luffy, like everything rests, not everything, but a lot rests on your shoulders right now to stop Emu. And Luffy's like, fuck it, I'm gonna turn into a genie just to see if I can. So, and then I did like the sucker punch bullet. That was funny. That was cool. But then Emu countered everything Luffy threw at him this chapter. Every single thing. And then he even upped it, though. I think he got annoyed. I think Emu got annoyed with Luffy's bullshit, where he pulled out this new sword, and even when Luffy ran away, jumped up, blitzed him, he was talking in the middle of Luffy's descent. He's like, all right, bro. Fuck. Emu was not playing with him this chapter. Like, I think Emu was testing him at first, where he's like, yo, you're not Joy Boy. And I think he took him even more seriously than he did Loki, because of who he should be representing in Joy Boy. And because of that, he put him down quick. Like, Joy Boy would never be this weak. Stop disrespecting my mans like that. It's almost on some Madara Hashirama shit. Like, nah. So it can't end this way. I refuse to believe it. I'm sorry, y'all. Oda's gonna have to prove me wrong. I could be dead wrong where like Luffy's just completely done. I don't see it, bro. I don't believe it. I can't wrap my head around it. I've seen too much. I think y'all gotta remember how long we've been here, y'all. How long we've been here. I do find it interesting though that Oda uses the one character we thought would have like a moment here to upscale Emu. And even him saying Joy Boy would never be this weak, that adds to the disrespect. Hunter Hunter's back. Oda has actually tried. Luffy's done for now. I'm sorry, y'all. I would rather be wrong than to believe Luffy's done. I'd rather be wrong. I've seen this little nigga dodge death too many times. I feel like I'm a straw hat. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I feel like I'm a straw hat. I see Luffy impaled, his heart rolling around on the floor, his eyes on the ground, and I'm like, bro, he all right. Because no bullshit. That's how the story's been. He alright. He good. That's just my man's. That's how he be. The sequence though, so Luffy's running on air. He sees Emu. The trees are withering, and Emu's like, the view is improving. And Luffy says, it looks fine from here. Okay, question. Because Luffy was still in the sky. Did Emu use... Oh, hold on. Did Emu send an omen to pull Luffy down, and then he blitz him in the sky? Or did he pull Luffy to him? It's hard to tell exactly. So that's blind optimism? Did Emu like switch places with the flames? Because it was immediate. Did he pull him towards him? Like, oh, did Emu go to him? Because I can't even tell if they're in the air. Because based on how the omens, it said go. Right? Because, all right, when we look at it, Luffy's in the sky, and it looks like Luffy saying that the view is fine from here. It's hard. I really can't tell what's happening. It is really hard to tell what's happening. Emu went to him? Okay. I see it now. I see it now. Okay. Luffy's in the air. Emu says the view is improving. Looks fine from here. In that panel with the ellipses, Emu jumps. And when he said, it is clear that thou art not Joy Boy, Emu is going towards Luffy. But like, why is Luffy in that panel? In that panel next to Emu's eye, is Luffy throwing up blood? Why is he throwing up blood? You see what I'm saying? In that panel next to Emu's eye, where's this Emu's eye? Luffy's throwing up blood, right? Why is he throwing up blood? It looks like Emu hasn't reached him yet. Or did he have omens inside him? He got impaled? Is he impaled by this point? Because, okay, if he's already impaled... Oh, okay, so he's already impaled. Okay. All right, okay. Making sense of this. Again, so Emu jumps. It is clear thou art not Joy Boy. Luffy says, why? When we see Luffy with the blood and Emu's eye, Luffy's already stabbed. But then what's the point of the omens? Why are they saying go? Are they attacking Luffy more after the fact? Yo, Spicy just joined fam. Appreciate you, Spicy. But where are the omens going? Why are they going in another direction? I don't know. So I'm like, is it a swap? It looks like they're doing more damage to him. The omens tied his hands. That's why they showed that panel. The omens tied his hands. But he was already stabbed by then. Why does it matter if his hands are tied? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. So they stabbed him through his hand so he can't hit back. Okay. Okay. T! Appreciate you, my guy. Brock, what if all this is the future and is all Luffy's head? No. I wouldn't like that. If this is Luffy using Future Sight, I wouldn't like that. This is going to be on some Twilight shit. Omens are basically future attacks, a predestined attack before it actually happens. They're the emissary missile of the actual attack. Okay, Vice, I like that description. It's like they hit him after he was impaled for extra damage. It's like the Sephiroth omens that they dawdle for a while. Man. Imu's fantastic, though. Imu's fantastic. But I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards Loki upscale, where I want to give Loki more credit. But I'm also like, Imu, there was more you could have done. I'm trying to look. All right. Oh, okay, y'all. Going back to like the first panel on the same page, Luffy's being chased by some omens. That's why he's running away. So what happens is, Imu jumps at the same time, right? And so while Luffy's running away, Imu stabs Luffy. And then the omens that were chasing him impales Luffy's hands to protect him from doing anything. And then we see the final panel where Luffy's stabbed by Imu. So it's almost like he got sandwiched in between both of them. But Imu was the one who stopped him first. Okay. Okay. We're going to have to Shinjuku raid Imu, to be honest. I think Luffy's going to bounce back, yo. Yeah, it's a combination of everything that was happening on that page. It's a combination. So was Imu holding back? It feels that way. But I think also Imu was annoyed at the fact that he's supposed to be Joy Boy. Luffy didn't say he was Joy Boy. But Imu's expectation is to fight Joy Boy. So it's almost like I had a certain expectation and you fucking around, I think. Like you're playing around, you're Joy Boy, but you're not Joy Boy. You're bringing up old feelings. I think Imu took this way more seriously than he took Loki. It just feels different for Imu. There's no real BSing on Imu's side, and it seems like he's really taking this seriously. Even when he pulled out the new blade. Like even in the what is this page? It doesn't have pages. When he did the stigma and he's walking, is he saying shh? Like he's not playing. Imu's not fucking around. And Luffy's fucking around. I think that's the big difference here. They were just on different pages. And again, I think Oda's still trying to incorporate the goofiness of Gear 5 with the eyes popping out, etc. But going Majin in this moment with no real strategy behind it just to do it, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. All it really did, to be honest, all it did was give Imu a bigger hitbox because Imu used his stigma powers on Luffy's beard and then he had to get out of the genie form. So going Majin actually hurt him in this fight. It gave Imu a bigger hitbox. So after Emu used Stigma, Luffy started running away from the omens. That led to Emu pulling out the blade, and boom. Why? Cachon with the 7 months. I appreciate you, my guy. Famo, there'd be no PK or Yonko if Emu went to God Valley himself. Yeah. It would all be over. Yeah, Emu's like, you don't deserve it. You playing around. Emu just, I think Emu just took this fight personally. I don't know if this is because Luffy isn't in control. Majin was a shout out to Robin Williams. Okay, maybe. But I feel like there are a bunch of different times to shout out Robin Williams. Nidhage's return versus you're too weak to be Joy Boy. He did say that. He did acknowledge Loki in that way. Shadows. Appreciate the 5. Appreciate the 2 also, Mo. Mo77. Shadow says, I said before, lore-wise in verse, it said that you need 2 top tiers to beat the concept of Emu. Hence, rocks, 2 devil fruits, and wanted Harold to join. Jerron with the 19. What's up, Jerron? Spicy say you're doing too much on my boy. Spicy, am I wrong, though? Spicy, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me. Andrew, Emu calling this version of Luffy weak and mid-diff and Loki shows that he's in a tier of his own. I can't see any Yonko, Dragon, or Mihawk doing this. I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think Emu's in a tier of his own, but my thing isn't about Emu necessarily. I was even like talking about people saying Emu looks unimpressive, or like whatever. I think my thing is like Luffy's performance. I didn't like it. It's third quarter, right? It's third quarter. You came off the bench this game because you were unavailable in the first half. You know what I'm saying? You were staying hydrated. You came off the bench, and then you started chucking 4-point shots. For what reason? Yeah. Yo, Emu's like, it's like Bird and Magic. He's like, Magic Johnson? You're not Magic Johnson. And then Luffy came off, started chucking 4-point shots at Magic Johnson. And Emu's like, Magic don't shoot threes. What the fuck? All right, man. And then there was no, Luffy didn't say Dawn nothing this chapter. Why not? It was Gomu Gomu. Why the fuck would you use Gomu Gomu Jet Gatling against Emu? Why not Dawn Gatling? Why not Dawn, Booming Dawn, whatever? Why did you not use any of those attacks? What are we doing here? Am I tripping, yo? Am I tripping? Why are we using Jet Gatlings versus Emu? What is going on here, bro? You ain't no leader, bro. Why are we, no, real talk. Why are we using Jet Gatlings against Emu? Jet Gatling? Even, yo, look at Emu's face when he used Jet Gatling. Emu's like, what the fuck? And then he turns into the genie. And then at that moment, that's when he makes the Loki joke. Luffy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luffy. I'm sorry. This is not a representation of how strong you are. This is not a representation of how strong you are. This is LeBron versus the Mavs 2011. This is disappointing. This is disappointing. Luffy, you better than this. You better than this. Nah, bro. Nah. Mm-mm. You better than this. There's no way he's done. He can't go out like that. He can't go out like that. Luffy has so much in his bag. I don't get it. He's up against top one. Ain't nothing he could have done. But he didn't pull out any of his best stuff, though, Spicy. Luffy using romance dawn techniques instead of dawn. Luffy dicking around his representation of him. No, that's a fact. That's why I don't think he's done. Because this is the script. This is a script for Luffy. The first matchups against like a lot of these people, it goes bad. It just goes bad. So Giovanni Rosario, join the family. Appreciate you, Giovanni. I think, nah, y'all gotta believe in Luffy. Wait, listen, I'm called Brago the Luffy hater, or there's an actual person called himself Brago the Luffy hater, and I'm believing in Luffy more than y'all. You saying these attack names don't mean anything? This is no consequences for Vegapunk dying. This is like Skip Bayless being disappointed by Braun. Bro. There's no way. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I would be so shocked if Luffy's done in regard to fighting against Emu. I would be super shocked, but it would be super great for the story. It would be amazing for the story if Luffy's done. Amazing for the story, because now everybody else got to step up. Now we do have that other caveat lurking where Emu has a time limit. So, but still, it would set it up amazingly for the last arc. Amazing. How did we feel when Kaido one-tapped him? Well, when Kaido one-tapped him, that was early in Wano. You knew Kaido was going to win early. So that wasn't surprising, right? Kaido one-tapping, I didn't mind it. His first interaction with Doflamingo, where Doflamingo got the best of him. Was it him? Was it him and Law or him and Zoro? When Doflamingo got the best, I was like, it's early. Luffy always struggles early. Obviously, Magellan was every single time. So now the worst thing that could happen here. Here's the absolute worst thing that could happen. Here's the worst thing that could happen. Another gear. That's the absolute worst thing that could happen is Luffy unlocks Gear 6 Overdrive. That's the worst thing that could happen. Crocker shit. That should not happen. That should not happen. Luffy D. Brago hater. Welcome to Famo. Listen, man. I'm rooting. Yo, Forbacks, I need another gear. Please no. Please no. Please no. Please no. Please no. If Zoro decided to kill it, the Holy Knights, Emu will be weakened. But do you want Luffy to win like that though? Gear 6, here's my thing. Gear 6 would not be hype right now. In my opinion, because it would feel like just another let me pull some shit out because Luffy's not strong enough. No, I think it's just Gear 5 just needs to be mastered. Gear 6 right now, that'd be hype? I that's the only way he can win. No, please no. Please no. Please, y'all. Please don't root for this. The genie was so cool. The genie was cool, but it was useless. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody pulls out like a no-look pass in the NFL. But if it turns into an interception, you look stupid. Pretty sure the worst thing that can happen is if Luffy's a shadow clone. I'd prefer that over Gear 6. To be honest. Brago Luffy winning like that would also reinforce the themes that has been happening since Wano in the story. Zoro and Sanji have to step up for Luffy. I'd hate it. I'm not gonna lie, Scat, I'd hate it. Now I think that's possible, but I'd hate it. Now, if this is an ink clone or something that Luffy set up, oh my gosh. Year 5 comes out of manga, grab Oda's pencil, just erase email, rips up the page. Please. Listen, I don't mind like occasionally like breaking the fourth wall, but like, no. Do that in the anime, not in the manga. I think Luffy was not taking it seriously. Yeah, I don't think he was taking it that seriously. Luffy wasn't trying though. You're not wrong. This is an illusion. This is my future site at work. Joy Boy would never be this weak. He's talking crazy too. Yo, Luffy got Emu talking crazy. Here's the thing, Trotter. The reason why I got a cosign that Luffy wasn't trying, because we used to say it all the time back in the day with the Admirals. I don't think we were wrong either. We weren't wrong. But I would say like Luffy was trying, he just wasn't trying his best. Now I'm looking up Gear 6 fan art. I'm gonna make a video about Gear 6, but I hope that doesn't happen. We got 2 weeks, yo. Yeah, we got 2 weeks, yo. I can't wait for everybody to read this chapter to see the opinions of like, is Luffy done? Is Luffy not done? Cause I think if you're a vet, you don't think Luffy's done. Ain't no way. If you're a vet, you don't think Luffy's done. Were we expecting Bazrang? I think some more Dawn attacks. The genie was out of left field. Why? Like, it wasn't to counter Emu. It was just to like clown on Loki and then get the beard stuck by the Omen to leave a target for Stigma. Right? It's 2016 all over again. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, listen, us disagreeing on whether or not he's done, that's like why we're here, man. That's the point of One Piece. I don't think he's done. He can't be. This Monkey D. I'm just so old. I've seen it all. I just don't buy it. Oda sets us up again with a break week. Bro, been doing this for 1,000 years. Yeah. The break week as well is a dead giveaway. That's like, we get to discuss Luffy being knocked out by Emu, the majestic power of the king of the world. No, this is a fantastic chapter. Don't get me wrong. Jimbe's agency is back. He's the head mod. Luffy got not really in his bag, but he kind of got slaughtered by Emu, not gonna lie. Loki gets some credit here. Fantastic chapter. I love this. I love this. I'm trying to think, is this the worst it's ever been? It's not even the worst it's not even the worst position Luffy's ever been in, yo. It's not. And he has god powers now. Luffy's heart might not even be in his chest. It might be in his toe. Dragon pulling up. Oh, God. Dragon pulling up. I think there's a better chance Kid pulls up than Dragon. Carrera, just showing appreciation for the stream. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the 20. Thank you so much. It's 350 over here. It's all good. We still talking One Piece. He's never got done like this since Magellan. The closest thing is Cat, but even versus Cat, it wasn't like this, you know? Ragnar impressed with Jimbe and Gunko getting freed. Usopp still not doing shit on the island he cared about the most. Usopp, bro, I'm convinced Usopp is going to get something. He's going to get a moment. Because Ragnar ain't about shit. That's not fair. He's at the bottom of the sea near Elbaf already. I'm just saying, Dragon is not doing anything here. Of all the times he got to pull, he got to go now. Luffy's only got low diff twice. That was by Kaido and Imu. Would you say the crocodile for? Well, no. Okay, Luffy got low diff hella times. I ain't gonna lie. I think Caesar put belt to ass. Smoker put belt to ass. Katakuri put belt to ass. That first fight. Magellan put belt to ass. Kaido put belt to ass. Imu put belt to ass. I mean, of course, that's like a different. That's a completely different Luffy. But yeah. Ragnar's impressed by Jimbe. Of course, a fucking whale shark thing. He's going to impress a squirrel hammer. Aokiji put belt to ass. Smoker and Aokiji, they're like asterisks just because Luffy couldn't hit him. No, Katakuri did put belt to ass. He did. With the Merienda? Before the Merienda, Katakuri dominated Luffy. He even started using Luffy's attacks on him. I know people just conveniently forget that, but it wasn't close. Come on. Braga, what I say? What I say that was wrong, though? Zykes. Appreciate it. See, I feel like this is not a cop-out, but to me, he's still weaker than Kaido and never did anything to surpass him. This fight was an actual no-diff, so this is reality check for him to train. I don't know. I used to feel like that. I don't know. They said belt to ass is losing. Wait. So do we think before the Merienda, that fight, that round wasn't over? Katakuri went to go eat breakfast. Come on, yo. It would be great if Katsuri was really the anti-Gum Gum Fruit and has a mochi god form. He said, Loki forgot about that. Imu, I would say Imu tried harder here than he did versus Loki. Luffy be getting cooked, bro. It's just how he. It's just how he is. It's just how he is. But he gonna bounce back, bro. He be all right. You tough, right? Niggas get stabbed every day, B. Bro, to be fair, let's be honest. Loki got stabbed 19 times in the last 24 hours. And he was still fighting Emu. So if Luffy gets stabbed once and he's out, any thoughts on the paneling and art lately? All right, I'll be honest. I was reading old chapters recently, and I was like shocked as to how much cleaner the art and the paneling was back then. It was less clutter. Oda wasn't, I think, forcing as much into the panels as he is now. So yeah, I can understand the paneling and the art, more so the paneling than anything, as an issue, and people noticing it because it hasn't been. It's been some chapters where it's been atrocious. But I think what Oda's doing is he's cramming so much into these chapters where One Piece, the chapters are way more dense than they were in the past. Which, as a One Piece fan, is not necessarily a bad thing because you're getting more information. But just a lover of manga and art, you're like, this is messy. This is sometimes hard to follow. It can take away from the experience. So I get it. It's a lot going on in the One Piece panels lately. So I understand people that have an issue with it. It just doesn't bother me as much because I know like we're going to get breaks so random here and there. I'm like, oh, give me as much information as possible. But if you read One Piece now and you go back and read older chapters, it is night and day. It is night and day. It is so much less happening in the chapters. What's happening, Ace? My guy. The chapters feel mad quick. I don't know. I think especially combat chapters, there's only so much dialogue that you can have in them. But I'll be honest, something like paneling, I don't pay as much attention to. And the only time I notice if this is like really bad, I didn't mind. And then again, we're not reading, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't the, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm reading the chapters early, I don't pay attention to paneling or translations as much because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We've been through. All right. It's at the point where I wait for a specific translation now, right? But y'all, there were times when you didn't wait. There were times when I didn't wait for a specific translation. And I would get scuffed chapters, scuffed art, blurry paneling, and terrible translations. They used to be cursing in the chapters. And I didn't care. I just wanted my fix. Now we wait for better translations, better art, etc. But I do understand the paneling aspect because sometimes the paneling is bad. But I think it's Oda forcing a lot into the chapters. He's trying to cram because he really wants to get to the end of the story. But I think he's trying to cram and he's still adding stuff as he goes along. So that makes it feel like it's a lot going on. No, those were the best times because those are the times where like we're reading like manga stream, manga panda. Right? This is then Jaiminis came along. This is back in the day where, hey man, we take whatever we can get. So like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This doesn't bother me at all. All right? It used to be bad. This is luxury to me. Yeah, Chopper's like, y'all got fucked up. Big Mom getting knocked off the Sunny. Man, that was a moment. And that's another thing, Bwaka. I can't accurately judge what's happening because it's early. All right? It's early. Some like I don't really, even with translations, I don't take it to heart until I get the Viz. And I know the Viz be wildin'. Even what they said about Sanji last chapter, the masochistic, whatever. I was like, bro, that just sounds lame. It doesn't change the spirit of what's being said. It just sounds lame. But more often than not, the Viz is correct. Scatter, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this is luxury. Bro, we was up on Manga Panda. I'm like, Manga Panda used to straight up lie. They used to lie about what was being said on the panels. They used to lie. You feel me? So now I'm like, we get somewhat reliable translations. Now, I don't know what's been going on lately with like the release time and the release, you know what I'm saying? I think, again, the block is hot. The block is hot, I'm hearing. So I don't know if they're moving it around and it's taking longer because of whatever. But I don't mind Thursday nights. This is my time. I don't mind that at all. Like, let's go crazy. So yeah, masochistic is actually more accurate. More than likely, Viz typically is more accurate. I feel like it goes viral every time Viz is wrong because it makes sense. It's gonna go viral, but more often than not, Viz is more correct. No, a live stream with the boys will be happening. Today's Friday. What's happening today? Is anything coming out today? Friday. I don't know. Manga Panda ruined my Bleach journey for real. Looking back, it did. It did, but we didn't care, bro. We were just happy to get the story, man. Oh, DreamCon. Yeah, I got my badge in the mail and everything for DreamCon, but for reasons I couldn't make it out this year, unfortunately. I had plans, man. I had plans, but I couldn't make it this year. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to do anime NYC, but I think we're just gonna wait till next year to kind of, you know. Oh, Sandman. Okay, let me see what Sandman said. I'm gonna see what Sandman said about the tweets. You cosplaying? I haven't. I've cosplayed one time. I don't typically cosplay. That's insane. They got Kid, Luffy, and Law getting beat up. The worst trio. Come on, Residents. What are we doing? Let me try to find Sandman. Sandman. Why don't you submit to Streamer University? Streamer University. Bro, that's like, I'll be honest, y'all. I don't think that's my path. I don't think that's something that I'd be interested in. I don't think the vibe of that is something that I would thrive in. I think I can make it work, but it's not something that I've ever been like, oh my gosh, streaming university. Looks like a great time. Nah, I think it's better for people that have those aspirations. Like, I don't think I could see myself as a IRL streamer. You see what I'm saying? I don't think so. Um just because what you kind of have to do to keep things interesting aren't the things I enjoy doing. And honestly, it's just not me. Like I think, well, Caster, that's Caster's bag. Caster is with the streaming shit. Caster, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like something that I think he would thrive in. Caster be doing the vlogs and the interviews and shit when we go to cons. You know what I'm saying? So I think Caster would do great at Streamer U. It'd be like magnificent. Um, I think it'd be great. I think Caster would be great just because that's like the type of guy he is. This nigga's super social. I'm not. See what I'm saying? So like me going to Streamer U, and again, like what you kind of have to do to pop off and go viral, seemingly, I don't think I'm willing to do it, yo. I don't think I'm willing to do it. I don't think I'm willing to do it. Yeah, and it's kind of like I did see some people online talking about yo, why didn't invite anybody from the anime community, blah 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 blah. And again, I don't know. But my thing is like, and again, that's like a fast way to network and kind of get on and get more viewers. It's a good thing if you're like a streamer and you want to pop off that way. Um, I just don't think that's my path. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think. Yeah, you gotta apply. Kai just wanted hoes there. I don't think Kai got to do streamer U to get hoes there. If Kai just wanted hoes in a building, he would just like make an announcement and say hoes wanted in a building. And guess what would happen? Hoes would go because there's gonna be 100,000 people watching, and hoes love attention. I don't think you got to go through all this just to get hoes in the building. I'm gonna be honest. That's what I think. Ignorant Weed with the 10. I appreciate you, Mr. Weed. Random question: how do you get so good at public speaking? Were you ever nervous when you started streaming? Do you have any advice? Also, your thoughts on Mushoku Tensei season 3? Oh man, I don't think I'm great at public. Well, okay. When I used to work at a bank, that was just it was something you had to do, right? I used to have to lead morning meetings, even when you go to like supervisor meetings. Sometimes you have to lead those meetings, and then when you're in corporate, well, I was in sales, and in sales, something that you did a lot of was role playing, and like it was like one thing I had to do before was like being certified in something. I remember exactly what you had to do. You had to role play and sell something in front of like two regional managers from like different districts. And then you had the rest of the class watching. So like it's something you just had to do. And that was just sales. When you get to accounting and you got to present the numbers to the company, that's another level of public speaking. So you kind of just got used to it. Now with streaming, with streaming, I think when I first started streaming, of course, it was more nerve wracking than that at the time because I was more used to that. But this was, I didn't know who I was talking to, right? I didn't know how everything I said was going to be received. The internet is unforgiving, so it was just like I didn't know the world I was stepping into. I think after a while, I think at this point, we've definitely streamed. we definitely, it's over 1,000 streams. You know. So after that, you just, yeah. So you just get better over time. You just get better over time. I think especially since we've had group streams, so I've talked to like so many different types of people, but there's still times where you like, you know, you could get nervous for certain reasons, but you know, it's just over. You just got to stream. I'd say just stream and just go. Like I said, when I started this, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. This feels very relevant. This feels very relevant. The first video was July 14th, 2015. The first stream was October 4th, 2015. So, yeah. After 10 years, you know, you just go. The first time we streamed was like barely anybody watching. So, I think the first stream I had, it was just me talk. Wait, no. The first stream I had, I think the first person to join my stream was, hold on. Who is that? Stan user 00. Who is this? Oh. That's nah, that's the Stan user 00, and that's underrated mage. Underrated mage. An underrated game, whatever. I'm like, who the hell is this? This is crazy. No, I remember Stan user 00, but you know the crazy part? I didn't know what the hell his username meant back then. I was like, Stan user, okay. Stan user 00. Sure. God. Nah, I haven't talked. No, the crazy part is that me and UG we're supposed to do a collab last year. Last year, man. But the thing is, this wasn't a One Piece stream. This was just like my first live stream. The first One Piece stream was a reaction to chapter 803. Okay, this is when I started doing One Piece live stream reactions. Chapter 803. Which was 10 years ago. And the first like group live stream about One Piece was, oh man, chapter 805. Okay. Was I Dolo this stream? I was Dolo this. Wait, hold on. No, the guys joined after 40 minutes. Yeah. No, I understand like the JoJo reference now, but back then I didn't. Back then I didn't. Back then I didn't. So then we started just doing streams every week after the chapters. That's crazy. I think y'all should start recognizing the voices now. Danny. What's That's fucking crazy. Yeah, this is anyway. And then my channel got terminated for a while because I got copyright strikes from Watch Mojo. And then we came back after my channel came back and we did a 4-hour stream. That's crazy. I think this is Ty's first stream. I think this is Ty's first stream. This is you yelling. Oh, and Fifth Son. That's crazy. Yo, look who we arguing. Can they beat Dofi? Oh my god. All right. All right. Oh, stop. Froob with your Zoro. I thought so too. Was this a Mandela effect? I thought Froob was like. It might be Stan. It might be Stan user 00. He's the first one. Am I tripping? I don't know. Yeah, the conversations were nasty, but and the crazy part, that was when nobody had their cameras on. The niggas used to talk crazy. Only person had the camera on was Ty, for whatever reason, back then. Yeah, Stan user was Kobe, probably. When did Froob? Okay, we did a group live reaction to chapter 809. Why did we do a group live reaction to chapter 809? That was the first group live reaction. Oh, wait, before that, we did a discussion. Is Brook stronger than Cavendish? And can Smoker bounce back? This was 10 years ago, by the way. All right, y'all. We gotta get discussion in this week. Yeah. Yeah, we used to go crazy. It was every chapter, y'all. Every chapter is multiple discussions on the chapter. Um mm, yeah, smoker. Mics were terrible. Mics were horrendous. I remember we did like a theory discussion with One World, Flying Panda, Anime Fan Talk, Legend Mac, Theory, Pirate King Buggy, Marco One Piece Theorist. A nice little meetup of really uh fairly popular One Piece guys, you know. Uh, yeah, we gotta chapter the 800s, y'all. The 800s. All right. Oh, Oda changes emu speech pattern. I get you. I get you. Is Brook stronger than Cavendish now? I would say. I think. Yeah, you gotta put. I think you kind of have to say yes, right? You kind of have to say yes. I'm leaning yes. You, I, yes. You know what happened, y'all? Here's what happened. Over the years, what happened was I used to champion Cavendish and Hakuba, right? I used to champion Cavendish and Hakuba. And every single time, every single moment, people be like, you gassing Cavendish, he not that nice. All the Straw Hats is stronger than the Grand Fleet members. And after a while, I was just like, maybe I'm tripping. Before I go, for y'all, what's y'all the most memorable chapter in your mind, in your life for One Piece that you read it and you will always remember how you felt when you read it? I love Cavendish. I love the whole Hakuba situation. I love me some Cavendish, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And because I said Cavendish got conquerors. I said he got conquerors, bro. I think him where people pass like he had people passing out based on how beautiful he was. I think that's a form of being a conqueror. In One Piece, 903, 795. Yeah, 795 was one. 795, 957, 1000. Ace dying. I wasn't reading at that time. Um, um, yeah, Gear 5. Yeah, Gear 5 was the problem with Gear 5 was that it was the worst kept secret. Like you didn't know I didn't know what Gear 5 was, but it was kind of like the community was like, "Yo, this chapter, buckle in. Don't go shifting gears." But it was like a unbelievable chapter. But 957, it felt like it came out of nowhere. Even though 956 was good too. So Rizo is safe was another one. Um, what's another chapter that really just I don't remember exactly the chapter number, but Shanks doing what he did to Kid, I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think that was possible. But 957, that was. Yeah, 795 though. 795 moved me more than a lot of chapters because 795 was like literally um my third my third um chapter review. That's my third one. And this is before I was reacting to chapters. I remember reading that chapter and immediately running to the computer to do a review. Imagine having two reveals, even so cold. Luffy breaking the mirror. It was just, I don't know, bro. It just felt One Piece. Because it was such like, it felt more niche back then. Not gonna lie, One Piece back then felt kind of niche because of back then when I started. One Piece was kind of little bro. It's kind of a little bro as far as in the community to like Naruto, and Bleach a little bit. So, um, it kind of felt like a different thing. Yeah. I think anime felt niche in general. Anime was niche in general, but like Naruto and Bleach were like out there already. Yeah. So it was not. Yeah. Well, back then before I started, like around that time, I was watching. I had my schedule, right? And it'd be crazy, right? Because I used to be going on YouTube refreshing. Did Cole upload? Did Code Provider upload? Did Sawyer upload? Um, did Double Four upload? Um, did Forever upload? But my go to that I used to like watching was Cole. But I used to like watching Cole a lot because his reviews and reactions were the longest, right? And I felt like I was so into the show that I was like, the longer the better. I think Cole's they were like 20 minutes plus. It was always around 20 minutes plus for Cole. Something hype, it would get to like 40. Um, but watch Cole, I'd watch Sawyer. If the chapter's really hyped, then I'm watching a Code Provider. I'm even watching a Double Four. But Double Four would lose me sometimes because it'd be like 8 in the morning. I'm on the train on the way to work, and Double Four is just like jumping all over the damn place. Like every chapter was hype. I'm like, this chapter was good, but it's not that good. Um, then so that was the routine. That was the routine. I think that's when Cole had like the iPad. He's reading off the iPad. Um, so that was I was like, damn, Cole ain't upload yet. Um, I disagreed with him a lot. I used to disagree with him a lot, but I think that led to me watching him more because I'm like, what the fuck? Especially when he talked about the Yonko and Admirals, it used to drive me crazy. It used to drive me crazy. Um, I think Sawyer was solid, because Sawyer was just like steady the entire way. But I like Cole more because at least I think for Cole he was more polarizing. So he would say something crazier, which like would kind of elicit a more of a reaction out of me. Where Sawyer, where like generally Sawyer's takes were reasonable, and it was just like always consistent. Double fours all over the place. Code provider was like you never know what you were gonna get. Sometimes you get a completely serious review where code provider is locked in and it'd be one of the best reviews out there. Then sometimes you would think code provider is on crack. Where he would just make a video, he's just laughing the entire time. Like, so yeah. Oh, Zoro fanboy, and Jorishe. They had a show called what the fuck was this show called? They had like a show together. What was it called, y'all? God damn. I forgot what it was called. Was it Wano something? I forget what the show was called. They used to have a show. Ah man. I remember I got invited to the J room for the first time. The Wano report. I think it's Wano report. No, that's Morgan. What's his face? It's gonna be discussion with the boys. Yeah, tomorrow or today. When you go to class. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Cole are always gonna like clash because Cole is Cole's an interesting cat, you know. Was it a grand live review? It was Zoro and Jorishe. I don't remember. I don't know. Cole just listen. Me and a lot of One Piece fans see the show differently, but I think because the crazy part is me and Cole agree on a lot with like Shanks, Katakuri, other characters. But then when we get to like admirals, we're like it's a chasm. I think even when we get to Zoro and Sanji, it's like a chasm because as much as I like Sanji, Cole would sometimes say Sanji's easily stronger than Zoro. And like, and he would like, Sanji's at least stronger than Zoro. And he'd be like, best case? Mid-diff. He's at least. Best case? Mid-diff. I'm like, all right, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? And then it's funny when we go at each other, so. And the good part about when me and Cole clash, it is all love. It is all love. No matter what. So I like clashing with Cole because it's always like on the up and up. Even when we vehemently disagree, it's fun. It's light, even when it's serious. Yeah. Hey Ace, that's where I'm at. Power scaling really don't matter. Or okay, to me it doesn't anymore. It doesn't matter to me anymore. The only time power scaling matters is December, January when it's the top 30. That's the only time it matters. Other than that, I'm not power scaling. Bro, if I was still the same that I was, I want to say like 5 years ago, I would have been dropped a How Strong is Emu video. How strong is Gear 5 video? How strong is Sanji conquers hockey? Zoro versus Sanji 10 years later. It's like, which now I'm thinking about it, Zoro versus Sanji 10 years later would be a good one. But it just, I feel like it's more exhausting than entertaining. You know? And then saving it for the top 30, it just makes it feel better. Yeah, I think at this point I am 1000% on Zoro versus Sanji being relatively equal. Relatively equal. I now think, before I used to think Zoro would win 10 out of 10 times. I now think that it's like 6-4, 5-5. I think Sanji's taken like some major jumps in the last 5 years, man. You get hella views, remember there's a whole generation growing up knowing about one. Yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't want to do it, and I'm not, like, my heart isn't in it. My heart isn't in power scaling anymore. Like, I just don't have the interest. You know? That's the only thing. I do think, like, some of those conversations used to be fun, but I think also because they haven't led to anything, especially because of Oda and how Oda writes. So it's just, you know, it feels kind of baseless. I still try to make sense of a little logic that there is left to keep a consistent scale in my head. I try to do the same thing, but like it's no real consistency, you know? Yeah, Twitter is horrendous. Twitter's horrendous, you know. But I think like when I think about how strong Luffy is, it's so many things to factor in. Right? It's so many things. And then I think here's where I'm more interested in now that I've been paying more attention to. I'm more interested in fighting styles and tendencies. But that's a very difficult video to make because I'm like, am I incorporating the anime? Am I just using the manga? Right? Where it's like breaking down a video on Luffy's fighting style, Luffy's tendencies, Zoro's fighting style, Zoro's tendencies. How often does Zoro use 3-sword style, 2-sword style? What's Zoro's favorite style? What's the most effective for Luffy? What's Luffy's favorite attack? How often does Luffy do this attack? What's Luffy's tendency? You know, that's kind of like more interesting to me than actually about how strong they are. You know. Yeah, and hockey is like a unbelievable X factor where it's just it could be anything. A lot of people include the anime because the anime makes it more interesting. That's all. Character development. I think One Piece characters, as far as character development, there are things that you can point to and then things you can point out to infer character development. But I think because of how the characters are, generally, it's going to be more of the same with those videos. But I think Sanji's a character that's would be amazing to kind of write about. Oh my god, I'm looking at my channel now from back in the day, 10 years ago. I said I said Luffy's hat is the final poneglyph. The red sash around his hat is like a rubbing. What the fuck? Anyway, my favorite series to power scale is One Piece. But like I have never gone in depth with power scaling in another series more than I did with One Piece. Because the power scaling we did Hunter x Hunter, right? We did Naruto, Fairy Tail, but like it's never been the same like it has with One Piece, because One Piece is just a different beast. I probably hope you two don't care about what's canon or not. That's just great. No, I don't think it's that important. I don't think it's that important. I mean, it's like, even if it is canon or it's not, if you want to make a good video or an entertaining video, I think as far as like fighting styles, etc., if you want to incorporate the anime, you can. I just don't think it's that important. I think for story wise, yeah, it's important. When we talk about power scaling, yeah, yeah, exactly. Ace is not character driven necessarily; it's more narrative. So Bryce Sago in a power scaling channel, not really. It's like a whatever you feel like talking about channel. I think with Hunter x Hunter, the thing is with most Hunter x Hunter matchups, they're pretty one sided. You know, so like a lot of the hypothetical matchups, like a good matchup people used to talk about a lot was like Razor and Crollo, or Razor and Ahsoka, or Razor and, like, Razor was somebody that was thrown into a lot of Hunter x Hunter debates. Exactly, Platinum. Power scaling in One Piece is fun. It works because Oda just leaves so much out, so we fill in the gaps, right? Um, yeah, Bryce Sago is definitely coming back. It's just we want it to come back and never go away again because of what we're doing and the focus, what we're going to be focusing on. We don't necessarily want to do the um some of the topics that we were covering. We definitely want to do different types of media. So like we both watch ReZero, do a review. Like Spider-Man's coming out, we talk about that. Obsession, we do a whole episode on Obsession, where it's like an episode every week, but then also like random videos in between. Like when we did the video on Chibi, right? We would have did a video on Saikuno, maybe a video on Streaming University, um, things like that. Just things that's more like that we care about, you know. That's why I prefer Oda's writing, but people call me crazy. No, I love Oda's writing. I think the only issue is that, um, and this is me being selfish. Oda doesn't give me what I want when I want it. So like when I wanted Luffy versus Kizaru in a serious way, we don't get it. As you keep talking like this, do you think Oda has any foundation at all to who's stronger? No. I think, I guarantee you, right? If Oda dropped a top 30 right now, to a lot of us, it'd be dog shit. Oda would throw. Here's a random character Oda having his top 30. Oda would do some shit like including dead characters and have a random mom in his top 30, like Otohime. Like Otohime's sacrifice was so powerful. He would do some shit like that. He would like his Oda's idea of strength would be universal. So it's not just about how strong you are. It would be like about so much more Rouge. I just watched X-Men 97. Um yeah. But ultimately if Oda had to pick one character to be the strongest, I think he'd troll. Sure, Hoshi, Boa Hancock, Luffy's mom. Like it'd be like, what? Yeah, he would do shit like that. So I don't. So that's why when people power scale, I can disagree with it, but I would never say. I'm not gonna say that because there've been some lists I've been like, oh my god. But I don't think I'd ever fight anybody about it because I don't fucking know, man. Not now, at least. 5 years ago, let's go to war. Let's argue about it. Now I'm like, yeah, might be. With obsession, I think obsession just filled a void. I think where we are in society is that I think as dumb as society is now, we're just more informed, right? Where we know more, we're privy to more. More informed is a stretch, but we're privy to more. So I think certain tropes, right? Certain tropes, it just don't work. So I think like what Obsession did was it, and I don't know, companies still have to understand where we are, right? What the driver, the driver of media, right? The driver of media nowadays, outside of established, solidified stories and movies, is social media. Obsession got as many viewers and numbers as it did because social media was the backbone behind it. I went to watch it because people were it was buzzing on social media. Now you can't make social media the driving force behind everything you do, but if it's good enough, the people are going to follow. I think conceptually it was well executed. I think also we're in an era of celebrity where everybody's celebrity, everybody has to be known, everybody's a content creator. So I think you appreciate seeing newer actors that are good, that it works, right? This would not be the same if these actors were well known. It would not be received the same way because we don't know for the most part these actors. It was just undersell, over deliver. It was just one of those. And I think what happened and why it went even more viral was that the conversation that the story left for a lot of people, right? It wasn't as black and white. There were multiple instances of flawed characters, and it wasn't a savior movie, right? A lot of movies get into the aspect of we have to have a victor or a winner at the end. Something has to be some catharsis, right? Just a cathartic feeling, um, cathartic feeling at the end where the people have to feel something. No, at the end of Obsession, um, it's no winners. Nikki lost, Ian lost, Sarah lost, Bear lost. Everybody lost. Like I said, people flock more to movies when the bad guy wins. Avengers went that crazy because the bad guy won initially. The bad guy got to win sometimes. If the bad guy wins, it leads to just a bit more conversation. At the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I like Superman, but Superman went downhill for me when Lex Luthor started acting like a bitch. Bro, the bad guy got to win sometimes. And I think ultimately, the bad guy won an Obsession. Everybody lost. Exactly, Young Platinum. This chapter, Emu won. The bad guy won. So far, for now. That's what gets the people going. Now, you can't wear that out, right? You can't abuse it. I noticed everybody's theory stopped. We have no idea how far Oda's going, and I'm loving the ride. I predict time skip. Yeah, theories have gotten to a place that people just like started throwing out bullshit, so people just stopped watching them. You know? So, I do see people make theories every now and again, but generally theories are just not, it's not the same because we're so far into the story. So it's just not hitting the same. I think Nikki knew Bear liked her, but I don't think Ian and Nikki was talking about it, and we just don't know when she found out. Here's my thing, Scatta. I don't think you fuck somebody for 2 years without having these conversations. I don't think you fuck somebody for 2 months without having these conversations, especially if you're in a friend group. That's how I think about it. So I think there's no question that Ian and Nikki have had conversations about Bear. For sure. For sure. There's no way. There's no way Ian and Nikki didn't have conversations about Bear. Because even if like they fuck and he's getting up to leave, she's like, where you going? I'm about to go hang out with Bear. She's like, oh. Like when we hang out, we're just gonna talk about you. She's like, oh, well. There's no question they talked about it. Nikki knew that Bear liked her. And her and Ian 1000% talked about. It wouldn't be human. It wouldn't be human if Nikki and Bear did not talk about, or Nikki and Ian did not talk about Bear. It just wouldn't be human. For 2 years? No way. No way. And the fact that Sarah knew, right? Why would it not talk about it? They're having sex for 2 years. And the fact, you know what? And also with Ian's instructions, right? Here's the thing with Ian's instructions. It's almost like somebody that knows the answers to the test. Right? Think about it. Where the student is intentionally trying to fail, so they put all the wrong answers. Right? And the teacher's like, I know you're smart because even if you just guess all the wrong answers or guess the answers, it's gonna be it's gonna be at least 50-50. All the answers are wrong. So you knew the right answers. Ian knew the answers to the test. That's why the answers he was giving Bear was bullshit, because he knew it wouldn't work. You see what I'm saying? Ian was 1000% L-mans. They said the only reason why I could see that why they wouldn't talk about it, when did Bear express feelings towards Nikki or even tell Ian? You said when? Or is when Bear... Wait, give me some more scatter. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I believe it was mentioned that they've been having sex for 2 years. I believe it was mentioned. Are you reading Kingdom manga recent chapters peak? I haven't. Anime Dimension. I haven't read Kingdom in like at least 5 years. At least 5 years. Yeah, Ian even pulled up mid convo. We gonna rewatch. I'm gonna rewatch Obsession because it's on streaming now. I'm gonna rewatch Obsession this. I don't want to say this weekend. This weekend is NCAA weekend. I'm talking about Bear liking Nikki. I would see why they wouldn't talk about it. It's when did Bear express feelings towards Nikki, or even tell Ian, he liked her. Remember the first scene, Scatter, when he was at the table with the waitress. That was him practicing on what he was gonna say to Nikki. No, wasn't that like the entire point of that scene? Yeah, the Kingdom binge best in anime manga history. So, I mean, I can't wait to do it again. So yeah, but that was recent. We don't know time frames, right? We don't know time frames. But I'm gonna assume that if I say I like somebody, we're not just escalating to role playing with a stranger about how I feel. You saying what if it was expressed 2 months ago? But here's the thing, Scatta. If we're best friends, and we've been working at the same place for 2 years at least, right? All four of us. It's not going to be 2 years after I tell you that I like this girl. Honestly, to be honest, if we're best friends, I probably don't have to tell you I like this girl. You see what I'm saying? Because I've been close friends with somebody, and in a friend group, you can always tell who likes each other. You can always tell. And if you can't tell, the girls are going to talk or the guys are going to talk. And if you have a girl and a guy that's a couple or at least having sex, the girl is going to tell that other girl what the guy is saying. And the guy typically is going to tell his guy friend what the girl is saying. Ian is L Mans. L Mans. But I think that's part of the reason why Obsession is so good, because so many different perspectives. L Mans, bro. Sarah knew because Nikki told her. It's not my business usually, but I hear what you're saying. Nah, if you're in a friend group, it's not. Here's the thing: it's not about sex. It's just about like. You know who likes who, bro. Even at your jobs right now, right? Even where you work right now, you know the people that like each other where you work, and that's a professional setting, and you know who feeling who because people talk. You like you seen Miss What's Her Face and What's Her Face? You seen What's Her Face? I think, but here's the thing, Scatter. I'm on the fact that Ian is an asshole, but my thing is a lot of people are absolving Nikki because of what happened to her. And you can acknowledge what happened to her was terrible, but I can also acknowledge that Nikki isn't as innocent as people are saying. Yeah, you just know. You just know. Like, I don't think Nikki necessarily did anything wrong. I just think the entire friend group just made Bear look like a fucking idiot. Which is, you know. The lunchroom be crowded. Nah, you know who like who, but Ian, more than anything, Ian L. Mans. I just don't think I put much of that blame on Nikki. Nah, it's not necessarily blame. I'm not putting the blame on Nikki. Like I said, I'm gonna do a review of it, right? As far as how I feel now, I'm gonna rewatch it because my initial feeling when I was watching the movie was like, this is a one-sided relationship. It feels like Nikki benefits a lot from this friendship more than Bear. It feels like Bear constantly drops everything that he's doing for Nikki. And even the conversation, even after his cat died, he's like, I can't do it right now. She's like, just come on, this is the last one. So that's how my feeling was at the time. But I'm gonna rewatch it and see how that feels as far as that relationship. Don't F your friends. Man, that movie low-key traumatized me. I don't want nobody to love me that much. Plus, when Nikki was watching him sleep was crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it traumatized me, but it just showed you like why other stories always say they can't make somebody fall in love with you. And I think that's why love is always going to be, no matter what, how people feel about superhero movies, scary movies, whatever, love stories are always going to be made because love is infinite. Perspectives on love are infinite, right? I would say there's no measurement for love, right? Necessarily, because even if somebody said they say that they will die for you, right? Where it's like the ultimate showing of love, there's still no way to measure just how many times would they die for you, right? Let's say you die for somebody and you come back. Would you die for them again? Would you die for them 2 times? 3 times? Every time? So, would you die for them every time if they did this? JP, hope we did a live reaction for the Kingdom to catch. Oh no, I would. Yo, I appreciate you, JP. How you doing, man? If once I do a live reaction for Kingdom, it will be live. Nikki and Sarah innocent parties. Of course, they could have handled the situation better, but one wish willows don't exist. No, Ian is definitely an asshole. I would say this. I know people shit on Bear, but I don't think Bear knew that it was gonna. I mean, obviously, he didn't know it was gonna work. You know, he didn't know it was gonna work. But Ian was intentionally sabotaging Bear. Yeah, what it comes to be a Majin Luffy, aka Genie from Aladdin, who said he can't make someone fall in love with him. Yep. I'm not dying for you if you had all 7 Dragon Balls. You ever had someone down bad watch you sleep? Oh yeah, yeah. I've had somebody watch me sleep. It is creepy. It is off-putting. For sure. Here's the thing. I think it's just so much context that we don't have. So for Sarah, Sarah doesn't do anything wrong, but Sarah clearly likes Bear, right? Clearly likes Bear, clearly liked Bear. I don't know when Sarah found out Nikki and Ian were fucking. I don't know why it took this moment for Sarah to finally pull Bear aside, but I guess things were kind of escalating. But it's kind of like if you know, again, you know that Bear likes Nikki. You know Nikki and Ian are fucking. Now, again, she's just holding her girl down. She don't want to expose it because she's like, I don't want it to blow back on me. I don't want to blow up my girl's spot. It's really none of Bear's business. So Sarah's the only one that I'm like, there's nothing better that she could have really done because she's just in the middle of it all, even though she likes Bear, but Bear likes Nikki, but Nikki's fucking Ian. There's not much she can do that doesn't get her, that doesn't put her in a bad spot. Because if she tells Bear that Nikki's having sex with Ian, Bear might be like, go back to Nikki. Nikki's like, damn, why would you tell him my business? Now that's fucked up. And then she loses Bear as well because, you know. So that's not her place, really. If she confesses her love to Bear, it might get rejected because she knows that Bear likes Nikki, and Bear probably still thinks he has a chance with Nikki, right? So she can't confess unless she outs Nikki because of this the triangle. So yeah, it was a lose-lose situation for Sarah. The only way, there's not really a way. Not really a way. The only way is if Sarah like initiated something with Bear. But I think even when they had that conversation, Bear was kind of like straightforward where he liked Sarah as a friend because of Nikki. Bear more than likely switches up if Ian tells him, yo, I'm boinking Nikki. He's like, oh shit, all right, I guess that's dead. Even if it's not dead, I don't think I want to fuck behind you. So it's a good movie though. It's a good movie. I think, again, discussions kind of make these movies more interesting. So great job. Now they say I saw Curry Barker said he wanted to make a sequel in the same world, but not necessarily the same characters. And he want to make a show with the Wish Willow. He wants to make a show around it, kind of like I want to say like the X Files or something like Tales from the Crypt, something like that with the Wish Willow. I don't hate it. It's just like don't lose what made it great, you know. Anyway, I didn't realize I've been streaming for this long, so I gotta go, yo. We'll try to. We'll try to. We'll try to get this thing going. Discussion. I know Caster was hitting me up. Guess after he read the chapter, he was losing his mind. See my boy Kaleb, Jordan, all those guys are around. Try to get something popping later. BW. I thought the chapter was phenomenal. So many discussions about Luffy and his actions and inactions. Oh, so the whole point of me going on Twitter, Sandman said, uh, both Emu and Joy Boy, about the first part of the chapter. He said both Emu and Joy Boy speak like children, but they do not sound exactly the same. Joy Boy sounds rougher and more casual, while Emu sounds more polite and well brought up. Joy Boy says Oto Seyo, which means respond or come in. Come in. This normally sounds formal and adult-like in Japanese. However, it is written in hiragana instead of kanji. This helps Japanese readers understand that the speaker is actually a child using grown-up words. It may also be meaningful that the chapter begins with the words respond. This could be a deliberate reference to chapter 1108 and Vegapunk's important broadcast, Respond World. Long ago, Joy Boy called out the world and happened to reach Emu. 800 years later, Emu is now a lonely symbol of the world. Listen, bro. A lot of shit gets lost in translation. Just like a few sentences, and we would not have picked up on any of that. Right? So basically, it is almost insinuating or implying that Joy Boy and Emu are childhood friends. And also he said this method of communication, which we picked up on, this method of communication may be more advanced than Denden Mushi. It's implied that it's more advanced than Denden Mushi. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, going back to the chapter, it starts off, hello? Hello, answer me. Hello? What the? Who are you? This is Emu. Who is this? Oh, me? I'm Joy Boy. So it almost like Joy Boy was, I don't know. Y'all probably don't know about this because y'all were born in 2006. The phone book. Like Joy Boy just dialed a random number out of the phone book or the yellow pages, whatever. And he got Emu. And Emu was like, who's this? Like, I'm Joy Boy. And that was kind of the start of their friendship, but they come from different worlds. Right? So you said 2005. I don't know. I'm just saying. So I can understand how he'll be annoyed seeing Luffy almost like being a poor imitation of a childhood friend or rival that he respected. Could be a pen pal. I mean, they obviously met, but maybe it was a pen pal initially, where Joy Boy probably gave Emu more perspective on the world, because Emu was brought up as royalty, and Joy Boy was, from something like Gray Terminal, right? So then they connected. Is it like Sabo and Luffy? Like Sabo and Ace? Bao isn't even that young. Yeah, Bao is how old is Bao now? Bao, I don't know. Bao, how old is Bao? Bao got to be like 20, 26 now. Ace and Sabo, then who's Luffy? I mean, obviously parallels are going to play a part here, but the insinuation of their childhood friends, I think, is peak. But yeah, time to go do a review on this wonderful story, and then get some sleep so I can go watch The Invite right? That's what it's called, The Invite. I've heard dashing things about The Invite. Then I gotta watch Evil Dead, so I can watch Evil Dead Burn this weekend as well. And I'm watching Toy Story 4, so I can watch Toy Story 5 this weekend. Obsession is still in theaters, y'all. They have showings until July 15th. That's crazy. My sleep schedule? What sleep schedule? Yeah, The Invite. You ever watch Power? Power? Like the show Power? Of course. I just watched an episode of Raising Kanan. Or the episode of Raising Kanan before I streamed. Yeah, it's a few movies that I want to get to. Maybe Luffy's the Rocks. I gotta go back, but yeah. Didn't expect to stream this long, but guys, felt like back in the day, so Power being your greatest show is a choice. Hey, Ace, hey, we're not gonna do that to Power now. Power's an amazing show. Joe Robert didn't want to use his real name. That's why he hesitated a bit before pronouncing his name. Maybe. Yo, Drew, that was coming, bro. That was coming. That was a long time coming, dog. That was a long time coming. I felt that was so satisfying. That was so satisfying, dog, man. That little. I'm so sick of that, man. I'm so sick of this, bro. Power was good, but nah. I mean, my favorite show of all time right now, my number one is Better Call Saul. That's my number one right now. We'll see where that Wire ends up because I'm on season 2 of The Wire. But right now, it's Better Call Saul. I think Better Call Saul has provided me with everything I wanted from a show. Great characters, great plot, great development, great conflict. I like that the main character isn't perfect. I like the main character is like this flawed mess with a good heart. But it's you can't help but root for him. But sometimes, a lot of times, you're rooting against him. So no, Better Call Saul is my favorite show of all time. Favorite TV show of all time. House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon is picking up. It is picking up. I saw Night of the Seven Kingdoms got nominated for 9 Emmys, which is fantastic. I also saw that what's his name? Anthony for The Boys has never been nominated for playing Homelander. And that was like, come on, what the fuck are we doing here? So, is Power even better than Snowfall? Hmm. Um, well, I said, okay, is it better than Snowfall? I think they're close. I think they're close. I think they're close. Not gonna lie. Um, I did say one of my favorite characters, TV show characters in fiction, is Kim from Better Call Saul. Another one is Mike. Um, Better Call Saul made Better Call Saul has made Bob Odenkirk one of my favorite actors. Period. I think Bob Odenkirk is a phenomenal actor, and that's from Better Call Saul. Um, now I was watching Incredibles 2, and I recognize his voice in Incredibles 2. Um, so yeah, Better Call Saul is my number one. Um, with Snowfall and Power, how do I feel about Snowfall? I think Snowfall have more characters in the show with depth. But I feel like Power probably has more peaks than Snowfall. But I feel like Snowfall has more characters that you can point to where it's like this is a great character. But I think Power just has more peaks. But Snowfall is more consistent. Power got ruined in the later seasons. I think Snowfall, that final season, we had like a tiger episode, which is what the fuck. I think the entire Teddy Franklin saga, after a while, it just got to the point where it's like one of y'all just got to kill each other, you know. So I felt the same with both shows, I guess. But I think for me, Power just has a bit more memorable moments. But Power is more cartoony with a lot of the things, where Snowfall is more grounded in realism. So I was just talking about Power Book. Wait, you talking about book? We think book one clears Power? I don't fuck with Tariq. I don't fuck with Tariq. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't like Tariq. I end up liking Tariq more, but ultimately I don't like Tariq as a character. I think Tariq should have got his ass beat several times. No. Saul has charisma from his first scene in Breaking Bad. Drew, you're right. I didn't appreciate it until I watched Better Call Saul. I mean, I didn't appreciate Saul as much. I agree, Ace. Power is ridiculous. It gets ridiculous. But I think it's just more memorable moments for me. Yeah, Tariq is. Yeah, I don't like Tariq, bro. Fuck that little nigga. But yeah, we'll be back later. We'll be back later. Like the video, subscribe. Thank you guys for pulling up at why y'all hate Tariq? Bro, Tariq didn't have a reason for everything he did. No, he didn't, bro. What was his reason to sell drugs? Tell me, what was his reason to sell drugs? Because his parents were doing it? Or his dad was doing it? What was his reason for selling drugs? What was his reason for protecting Dre? Right? Like, Tariq just did a bunch of random shit. Got his sister killed. And then when it was time for him to go to jail, he wanted his dad to go to jail for him. You're not going to take the rap for me? You're not going to take the rap? Go said, fuck no, little nigga. I ain't doing that shit. You want to be grown? Go be grown. And Natasha's like, you're not going to take the rap for your son, Ghost? Hell no, bro. I can't rock with that. Yeah, Tariq was just doing shit. No, I get you, Scatter. I get you. It definitely did feel like that at times. It was a Kanan manipulation. When Tariq behaved to Tasha. Yeah, you could say about the people around him, but nah, man. Tariq was just he was trying to be down. Now, Ghost wasn't flawless. But the problem that Ghost did was that he kept Tasha around for too long. Kept her around too long. But again, he had to be careful with Tasha because she knew a lot about the business. And then even when he tried to, like, he didn't even try, but when he met up with Angela, Tommy found out about it. Y'all remember Tommy and Ghost meeting up with Angela and Tommy pulling up to the I think it was a diner or a bar, and he sat between them. And he's like, yeah, I know your wife would like that, Tasha. So Tommy didn't see the vision. He was like, yo, Tasha's great. Why are you talking to this woman about? I don't think he was ever tripping with Angela. I think after Tasha said the whole, I want you to be the biggest drug dealer in the city, he was off that. And he should have, like, cut ties right away. I honestly should have cut ties with Tommy sooner. They were anchors, bro. They couldn't see the vision. They just wanted to. I only listen. It wasn't even about the money for Tasha and Tommy at a point. It was just about the lifestyle. So, and Tasha, all Tasha did, Tasha just saw Ghost talking to somebody, and then Tasha started popping pussy in the car, first night. Yeah, it's impossible to walk away from that life, but definitely start Grey's Anatomy. Listen, bro, I I'm around somebody that watches Grey's Anatomy a lot, okay? And then I don't watch it all the way, right? But what happens is I catch different glimpses, and then I watch it for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, watch it for 5 minutes, and all right. So I come back, and then there's this dude, George or something. He's with this girl. He's with this lady, and they're fucking. And all of a sudden, she's like, I can't be with you no more. I come back a few days later. This same lady, now she likes a woman. I come back a few episodes later. This same lady, she likes a woman, but it's not the same woman, but it looks like the woman, but she's gay. I come back. She then likes another guy. I'm like, I thought she liked George. Then I come back. It's the same dude that liked her. He likes his roommate, but she got cancer. And then this dude had a plane crash. And then this one got a. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, really? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, I thought they were friends. Oh, they're married now. All right, get the fuck out of here. All right, I'm out. I'm out. Please leave me the fuck alone with Grey's Anatomy. All right? Leave me alone. What do you mean they're married now? I thought they were roommates. Yeah, but she has cancer. And all right. All right. All right. Cool. So yeah, that's my. It's so ridiculous. Suits. You know what? I did like Suits. I did like Suits. Suits was fun, man. Suits was fun. I hadn't watched the TV show in a long time. I decided to try Suits, and I ended up liking Suits a lot. I ended up liking Suits a lot. Where I think Braun going? I think Braun is going anywhere that can help his legacy the most. So where do you think Braun winning helps his legacy the most? Um, and where he has the best chance that can help his legacy. I think if he wins in Minnesota, that's crazy. But I think for Braun and mentally where he seems to be, I think Miami with Giannis and Bam is fun, right? Nah, Suits is really fun. Suits is really. I love Suits. I love Suits because of Harvey and Jessica. I had the biggest crush on Jessica. I thought she was just so sophisticated, eloquent, tall, beautiful, dark, long hair, beautiful smile, powerful. I was like, Jessica, Jessica. But The Bear is peak television. Like The Bear is one of the best shows I've ever watched. I wouldn't put it over Better Call Saul because the here's the difference between The Bear and Better Call Saul. The best way I can put it is that the Better Call Saul has a fastball, has a changeup. It has like a bunch of different ways um to pitch the ball. For the Bear, it has an insane fastball, right? It has an insane fastball that just it doesn't stop. And it just keeps hitting you. Right? Now, I think season 4 and 3 weren't as good as 1 and 2, but so far season 5 is absolutely peak. Absolutely peak. I don't think it fell off. I think it just changed. I think season 5 so far has been phenomenal. So, I think it's a fantastic show. It's just like it's kind of I don't want to say it's one note, but some people may get overstimulated from what the bear does on a consistent basis. Like one of the most overstimulating episodes is that dinner scene at the house, which was like, this is insane. This is just like, but that's what it is though. That's what it is. With Better Call Saul, they have episodes like that, but sometimes they slow it down. And like I said, they have phenomenal characters littered all throughout Better Call Saul. Just littered. So, yeah. But those are two fantastic shows, though. But man, I don't think I've ever like in Better Call Saul. I love Kim, one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Saul. I love Mike. I love Gus. I love Lalo. I love Nacho. Right? These are characters I'm like genuinely love these characters. For the bear, obviously Carm, Sid, like Marcus, like the facts. You know. Richie! I want to say this. The bear might have one of the best episodes I've ever seen in my life. The episode is called Forks. That it's not often that one episode just completely flips my perspective on a character. But that episode of the bear, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, that episode of the bear made me realize that I'm not doing enough in my life. That episode of the bear made me realize that I should put more effort into consistency, detail, organization. The episode of Forks. Such a phenomenal episode. Yeah. Words. It's titled Forks. It's the episode where Richie goes to intern at that restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. Phenomenal. Anyway, y'all, it's been 3 hours. It's been amazing. I could go another 3. Easy. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all, man. Like the video and subscribe. We'll try to get it in later. You guys be safe. Have a good Friday. Drink your water. Stay cool because it is warm. It is really hot. And watch Better Call Saul. But watch Breaking Bad first. Watch Better Call Saul. And watch The Bear. I love the chapter, Frodo. Absolutely loved the chapter. It is amazing.